So a German study has found that reducing your smartphone use by just an hour a day, just an hour, that's all I'm talking about, is linked to a boost in your well-being. We're joined by Leigh Richardson with the Brain Performance Center in Dallas. And Leigh, attachment to our smartphones, it's grown exponentially over the years.
When we were going through pandemic, we changed the way we communicated with each other. Instead of walking down the hall and talking to somebody, we were working from home, so maybe we would text. It's just become your lifeline. If you really need something, what do? You pick up your phone.
It has a blessing to it. There's a curse to it as well. At what point does it become something that can affect us negatively?
Well, I think when it influences whether or not we're getting our exercise routine in, or if it makes us, we like to smoke a cigarette when we play games on our iPhone, so we're smoking more. I think, there are things that you can see. That's when it's like, maybe I do. Maybe there's a problematic use here. So many people, FOMO, they're so afraid of missing out. And they'll keep that phone right there because they have the up to the minute, the latest, the greatest, the instantaneous news. But there's evidence that shows that fear of missing out promotes negative thinking, particularly repetitive negative thinking.
Obviously, that's not something we want. It sounds like it can be a positive thing to set the phone down for a little while. The question is, can we do that?
Well, I think if some of us can become aware of just an hour, it's not like the study, they had a group that completely put the phone down and didn't use it at all, and the people that put it just reduced it by an hour. And when you stop and think about how you're using your phone, you can do it. But it's got to be, here's the kicker, John, it's got to be a conscious decision. Okay, I can do that. I want to do that.
Well, what's your thought on just the addictive nature of the smartphone in general?
Well, I think it is addictive. I still think that smartphone addiction is going to be one of the biggest addictions that we face as we go forward. And I think we have faced it in a lot of ways because anytime you do something that you like, that brain starts kicking out dopamine. And dopamine's a really feel-good neurotransmitter. And the more you do it, the more dopamine gets in your brain. But the problem is those little nerve cells get confused. And they don't, it goes from, I like that to, you know what? I love that. And from I love it, it goes to I need that. I need that. And that's very confusing for the brain. And that's how addiction rolls.
That is Leigh Richardson from the Brain Performance Center.